Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sis Talk Saturday. I am Keela. I am the board lead for Bosses, and today I have a special guest with me, and she will introduce herself.
Hello, I'm Orinthia Pittman. I am the owner and operator of the Rentway Fitness, and I'm happy to be here today.
Perfect. Yay, so happy to have you here. And I forgot to mention, I am the owner of Travel Fly Adventures. I think I might want to throw that in, right? I'm the owner of Travel Fly Adventures. And so, anyhow, today we wanted to talk a little bit about some business mistakes, kind of like our lessons learned from things that we've done in the past that we feel may help you out on your journey. And so, Orinthia and I, we're going to talk about that today. So, one of the first things I wanted to ask you, Orinthia, is what was your biggest business mistake and what did you learn from it?
My biggest, let me think about that. My biggest business mistake, I would have to say, would be not doing enough research before I jumped out there and started claiming I was in business. I think I would have to say that.
I absolutely understand that. I didn't know everything that it was going to take in the beginning when I first got into being a travel advisor, either a vacation specialist. I started off in the marketing field. I was a director of administration for a marketing firm. And so I booked all of our travel and did all those different things. And so, but when you go into business for yourself, it's a little bit different. So when I jumped in, I didn't put all the research in like I was supposed to have that solid foundation. So one of the things that I learned was research, 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 have a plan.
Definitely.
So how did you recover from that? Like, do you feel like it was a major setback for you, or do you view it as a failure in your business? Like, how did you recover from that? What did you do?
I wouldn't say failure. I wouldn't say that. I would take it as a lesson learned. And I want to make sure I'm wording it correctly. I would use it, I would say in a way as a stepping stone. It pretty much was like a setback, yet stepping stone to help me learn more about the right things to do when starting a business to make sure they run efficiently. So yes.
Okay. I definitely understand that. In fact, for myself, like I've taken since then, I've been in business since 2018 for myself. And so since then I've done a ton of research, um, lots of classes and trainings and things that I've done to help myself recover from that minor setback of not knowing. And I think that that's just goes along in business. Like you grow, as you grow, you continue to learn. You fix things that you may have viewed as a mistake or whatever. My mistake was underestimating how much it actually took to do this business, and not having that good path along the way to figure things out. But the more that I grew into my business, the more I set my own path. And then I was like, okay, let me align myself with certain ones and certain people to help me learn my
Mhm.
business and what it is that I need to do. So, what advice do you have for other entrepreneurs who may be facing a difficult situation in their business?
Okay, I'm gonna give three things that are key. I feel like when it comes to facing hardships and when starting a business or maintaining a business. For one, I feel as if you have to keep a mentor around you. Keep somebody that they don't necessarily have to be in the same field or business that you're in, but somebody that has a business of their own that can pretty much give you like what they went through when they first started their business. So definitely keep a mentor around, a business mentor. Um, Secondly, try to just remain optimistic. And I know it's easier said than done, but the more optimistic you remain, I feel like when it comes to running and owning a business, the better off you'll be. Because what I find is like when you get into that negative headspace or you get down on yourself, it's very hard to get out. And once you get so far in, you're pretty much stuck. And it's gonna take a whole lot more to get you out of that negative slump that you're in versus trying to just stay positive. Um, so anything that you have to do to stay positive, that is positive. And third, I don't want to bring religion into it because I know some people may not be big on that. But however, whoever that you believe in and that you pray to, just always, maybe like say a quick prayer or, meditate, whatever you have to do along those lines to remain motivated and on the right track. So that's what
Absolutely.
I would say for me.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with you. Having a mentor for my business was, I mean, that was great. That was one of the biggest things because at one point I felt like, do I even want to do this anymore?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and then having that mentor who was like, no, you're just stuck here. Let me help you. Let me show you what
Mhm.
you need to do. And so it's like, oh, okay. And then it gives you that renewed energy, that fire that you had. Because a lot of times it's just maybe you just hit a slump. Maybe you just, kind of hit a brick wall, so to speak, and you just need to unstick yourself. And
Yeah.
I talked about it last week on Sis Talk, where having that positive mindset, having that growth
Hmm.
mindset, how much that plays a key role in you as being a business owner and being successful. Even people that you surround yourself with, like if you're surrounding yourself with the wrong people who are just going to be like, yeah, girl, you should quit that. Yeah, don't keep going. I feel you. That's a lot of work. Like that does not help you.
It does not at all.
Does
No.
not help you be successful.
No.
You need someone who's going to help pull you out of that. So those are some of the things that's some of the advice that I would give. And then also when you start to feel burnt out, because sometimes we run ourselves so much in our
We
business
do.
because we literally give your all, you really have to take a step back and take a break. And I'm always an advocate for that because hello, travel flight adventures, I'm into vacations,
Yeah.
my thing. So if I start feeling stressed out, the first thing that comes out of my mouth is I need a vacation. I'm planning my own. Let's go.
Yeah.
Just did that for me because
Definitely.
I needed to recharge. So, but that is my advice. Make sure you do self care, have a positive mindset, mindset growth, and then the same thing is that you said, Orinthia, is having that mentor, surrounding yourself with somebody who's positive. So, in hindsight, what would you have done differently when starting your business?
I definitely would have did more research when it comes to the startup cost of running your own business. Because I jumped out there and I didn't really think about it, and I was like, oh, okay, well I'm talking about working out, like renting the space and having people come work out with me. But it's like I didn't really understand how much it would be still to rent a space, if I wanted to do something indoors. I didn't understand like, hey, I would need like my own equipment when I was renting out spaces if I was away from like the gym setting, like a
Mm-hmm.
gym. So definitely the startup cost, and secondly, um learning not to burn yourself out, definitely. Because I think for a lot of people when they first jump into the business, you give so much, and like you said, you forget about your self care. So it's like you got to have a balance when it comes to business and self. Like yeah, you run a business, but you still need that self time as well. So that's what I would say.
Absolutely. And I guess for me, something that I would have done differently is I would have done that research in the beginning. What exactly is this? How long is this going to take? What is going to take? How much training am I going to have to do for this? What exactly do I need to know to lay that foundation for having, a solid business and, cut out those mistakes or maybe even hire a business consultant to talk to and help me, along the way or get the mentor first and say, hey, how did you do that? Either way, it all leads back to research, right? And then how do you
Yep.
prevent the same mistake from happening again in the future, do you think?
I think you prevent the same mistakes from happening in the future by not going back to old habits. Always train yourself to do better and to just not have a setback. Because I'm pretty much sure like starting out and the things that happen starting out, once you got over that hump and you're doing better now, you don't want to go back to it. So just train your mind. That's what I would say.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Creating those positive habits and sticking to them, having a structure, a routine, fail safes, right? All of those
Yep.
things. That will help you.
Definitely.
All right. Well, it's been so great talking to you, Orinthia. I know that you and I we
You
talk off
too.
screen all the time, but it's so nice to be able to talk to you face to face like this. And I'm in California, and where are you at again?
Georgia.
You're in Georgia, so I'm in Cali. She's in Georgia, so it's nice to be able to talk to you face to face. Well, this concludes this week's Sis Talk. I hope you join us again next week, and I'll probably have someone else new to talk to. All right, you take care.